Hey everybody, I'm Cactus, and welcome to this video. Today, I'll be ranking every MIXIMAX in Inazuma 11. The rules for this list are simple. Will only be MIXIMAX which appeared in the anime. So, Hakuyu and Kome's MIXIMAX won't be in the list since it's game version slash manga exclusive, and the Tenma and Endo MIXIMAX is game exclusive, so that also won't be in the list. With these rules out of the way, let's get started. Coming in at number 90s, the worst MIXIMAX is Beta's Ghost MIXIMAX. This hardly is a real MIXIMAX. It's a Ghost MIXIMAX, so yeah. So coming in at number 18 is an actual MIXIMAX. It's Protocol Omega 3 with Xanark. According to the wiki, it's also a Ghost MIXIMAX actually, but there's actual differences in like the players' appearances, which is pretty cool. But when in the game, you can only have like one player like this, which is a big shame. And the blue hair doesn't make anything that much cooler. So like, eh. Like, objectively speaking, in the game, Gamma with Sanark Mixie Max is really strong. I'm talking about how much I like the Mixie Max, and I don't really care for this one that much. Coming in at number 17 is Tenma with Kane Arthur. You might not expect this one to be so low, but I just don't really like the design of this one. The hair to me is not that great. The the design isn't that cool. The colors, meh. I just not a big fan. Is is Isatsu Ono Tsurugi or Sword of the King, whatever you like, is not really that cool, especially compared to all the others. Like even comparing it to other dribble ones, and I'm pretty sure there's only one other, and that one is way cooler. And he already has, in my opinion, a cooler dribble move in that game, in the form of Kazana Drive. Also, I don't really like Ultimate 11 Assault, Sakyo 11 Hado, and it's also in the anime used by Faye, so it even makes it like less exclusive to him, which makes it worse. Coming in at number 16 is Torb with Tochan, or his paw, the pterodactyl. I just don't like this design. I like Torb's base design better than his MIXIMAX design. However, the one thing is that his MIXIMAX Isetsu is game exclusive, but it's actually pretty nice. I like it. Coming in at number 15 is Fate and Tyranno. I think it's a fine first MIXIMAX. It's the first MIXIMAX you see in the anime, you get in the game. It looks okay, and the T-Rex is like supposed to represent, wow, he's so strong and like not football playing. But the thing is, they later admit that there's better dinosaurs out there, so it's kind of a like a throwaway Mixie Max. Koda no Kiba, the special move is pretty cool, but I mean it does get cooler with with, with the other Mixie Max Faye has. Coming in number 15, we have Saru and the monkey gene. Monkey. But that's all there is to this Mixie Max. He's just big. It's the main villain just gets bigger. That's all that happens. He doesn't get like any cool new moves in the game. This is Zatsu he gets with this Mixie Max is literally just evolution. That's a move Tenma had in the first movie of Go. So this entire Mixie Max point is just to be scary. Now my number 13 pick. It's gonna get some hate, I feel like. But I think at number 13 it'll be Sanark and Clara J. Please don't kill me. I have a reason. I want to get this out of the way first. Sanark becoming part of the Ultimate 11. Sick. Really cool. I love it. But the thing is, his Mixie Max design, I'm not a big fan of it. Like the normal one is just so much cooler in my opinion. It's one of the best in the entire series. And Greater Max Nare, his signature move, becomes less signature in Galaxy since Xanarko, or however you pronounce his name, is just also gets this move. So it makes it less unique. That's like important to me since these Max Zatsus you can associate with only one person. This one you can't. Still really love that move, but since it's less his, I put him down here. Coming in number 12, it's the MIXIMAX between the two Tsurugi brothers. So Yuichi and wait, what's his name? Kyosuke. There. I think it's a cool looking MIXIMAX. I love Yuichi joining Ryman for like that one match. That was really interesting, and I did not see that one coming, to be honest. And I thought it was really cool as well to see him use like the Kyosuke's Hisatsu's like death drop, for example. But I kind of forgot this one existed because at the start of Chrono Stones, and that's just not a really good part. And it is cool to see him use death drop, as I said, but not original. So I'm gonna have to keep it down. At number 11, we have Nishiki's mix and match. I like the design and the move, but nothing much more to say, to be honest. I feel like compared to the ones you have in that time period, you have this one of course, and you have the Tsurugi one, and I just feel like that one had such better build up and story, and this one is just like eh. So to me, this is like also a pretty forgettable mix and match, but the Zatsu is cool, design is cool. It's still a really solid mix and match. I'm going to be covering two at once now. Coming in at number 9 and 10, we have Tenma and Shu mixing match, and all the perfect Cascade mixing matches. These both are, in my opinion, forgettable in the anime, but I love them in the game. I used them both on my team. I didn't use Tenma with Shu, I used Shu with Tenma mixed match. But I think the design is really, really sick. I think this is one of the coolest designs there is for a mixing match. And I really like Shu's moveset. So the bonus of Tenma being with mixed match for like a really solid mixed match, that's really cool. The fact that Perfect Cascade, you can have anybody as a perfect mixing max. That random scout, perfect mixing max. That's so cool. It makes everybody valid. It makes everybody a valuable player to have. It really allows you to have solid players, even if you don't have like the best mixing max targets. Coming in number 8, we have Kirino with Jana. But before this arc happened, I really did not see Kirino getting a Mixie Max. I thought that somebody else would have gotten it. I don't know really who, but it became clear during the arc that Kirino would have been it. So, makes it less of a surprise when it happened. But before that, really big surprise to me, to be honest. I still think the design of this Mixie Max is really cool, especially the glasses. I think that's a really nice touch that Kirino just gets the glasses which Jana had from the Mixie Max. And La Flamme is a really, really cool blocking move. Coming in at number 7, we have the Sanark's other Mixie Max with So. This is such a cool look at Mixie Max. That's just my entire point, to be honest. His white hair and the purple eyes, so cool. Genuinely love the design. It might be the best one on this list based on design alone, but it's only number 7. It doesn't have any unique special move. But what it does have is the second Keshin. Which is like really broken in the games, but just really cool in the anime since he actually uses it. Like technically, Taiyo gets this as well with the dragon, and he does get it in the game, but he never uses it in the anime. Coming in number 6, we have the Kineko mix and match. I really love the design in this mix and match. This color of light blonde is better than the one Tenma had, and I just love the blue eyes and the hair. Just the shape is also way cooler. Urizatsu, Kira Illusion, really cool as well. Love that one. My problem with this MIXIMAX, however, is that how late you get it in like the show and the game. Cause like one of the last ones, but she just feels like a pretty random pick to have so late. Tenma is like your big captain, right? So that makes sense. And Xanark is the surprise character. You don't expect him to be on the Ultimate 11. So Kineko compared to those two is just a random pick, and I don't like how late she gets it, so that's why she's not higher. My number 5 pick is Tsurugi's MIXIMAX with Okita. Looks great. The purple hair is sick. I think it's way better than his regular design. This is Zatsu Kiku Ichimonji, probably butchered the pronunciation, but is a really cool Zatsu. I did not understand the reasoning behind this Zatsu, but it's a reference to the time period according to the wiki. So that's cool. I also really like how Okita reminds Tsurugi of his brother, like in the hospital, like since Okita is dying. I think that's really cool as well. Why is it not higher on the list? Because like there's nothing bad about it, but I just think everything is good, but not great, or at least not that great compared to some of the things that the other ones have. But I still really, really, really like this MIXIMAX. But coming in at number 4, we have Faye and Big. The story, the story. It's so sad. It, and honestly, it's really good because of that. Actually, yeah, it's unrealistic. That's kind of this entire show. That the emotion is in there. I'll really like that. Ono Kiba is a really cool shot. Love it. One of my favorites. I think Faye has really good shooting moves. And I like the reference to his old dinosaur MIXIMAX. I think that's a nice touch. I love the hair design and the blue, but I kind of like the light green better. But that's because I really just my favorite color is green, probably. That's why it's number 4. But coming in at number 3 is Shindo's MIXIMAX with Oda Nobunaga. The story again, it's great. Like it's not sad, but it just has so much build up. How much time was spent on this one MIXIMAX is really cool to me. Compared to this, every MIXIMAX was rushed, or at least the time spent on getting this one made it feel like such an epic process, right? And the other ones lack that for me, so that's why I really love this one. I just love seeing Shindo's progression in this like arc of his. Love how Nobunaga handled the situation. The stillness and motion sounds cool and is cool, and you can see that in his shot. His shot is so cool. It's one of my favorites of all time. Just the blue flashing, but then when he shoots the red and black, oh my god, it's so good. This is also his design is also really badass. It is really good for the first MIXIMAX of the Ultimate 11. Coming in number 2, it's Shinsuke and Liu Bei. Shinsuke is kind of a shitty character. Everybody hates him. And the problem I had with him as a keeper is that he didn't have his cool Zatsu. And in this arc, he learns Mutabi Punch. But then his MIXIMAX is Zatsu. Son of the Three Kingdoms. It's the coolest block move, like catch move in the entire series. It's my favorite goalkeeping move ever. It's so cool. Looks so good. And the design on him. It makes him look cool. He does like this little man suddenly looks cool. I adore the blue hair. It's so sick, so badass. And I really like the dynamic of Liu Bei and Shinsuke. Like how non-caring Liu Bei is. That's pretty great. Coming in number 1, it's Taiyo and Komei. Why does the Three Kingdom era kick so much ass, you ask? I don't know. I just know that it does. This is like Shinsuke's MIXIMAX, but on a character I actually like. Because the design is so pretty, and I love it. I already love his base design, and this design is probably even cooler. The light pink looks really good on him. This is his arte, which you only see in the games, or the movie, or the manga. If Hakuyu does it there instead, it's so sick. Like I wish it was in the show because it's so cool. I love it. It might be a bit unfair since movies artists usually always look like really good, but I also really like it in the game. So his plot point of being scared to get injured just adds so much, and that Koma just mixing maxes without the guns is also really sick. And the second question definitely helps as well in the game. And the tactic he makes up, the tortoiseshell pattern, I think it's called in the game, is also really cool. everything about this MIXIMAX, from design to Zatsu to story, is great. That's why it's my number one. And that was my list. Tell me if you agree or not in the comments below. I'd love to read them and reply to them. So please do if you want to leave them behind. Also, please leave any constructive criticism or tips behind in the comments below. If I was like too fast or too unclear about something, I want to get better at this. I'm not the best speaker, but I want to try and get better. So any advice is appreciated. That being said, goodbye.